My whole main thing with training is I'm playing the long game, you know. I wanted to take this vessel, my body, and I wanted to keep it going longer and stronger, and I wanted to skate the stuff that I wanted to skate for as long as I can, and I just kind of, you know, I took off from there.
If you think about it, every single cell in our body is relying upon our digestive system's ability to properly break down and assimilate nutrients and differentiate between, you know, cells and amino acids and fatty acids and, you know, nutrients that are needed in the body and ones that are waste and should not be in the body. And so if you want to support immune health, you've got to support gut health. It's just a huge piece of the puzzle.
You will never regret investing in yourself. I think it's this combination, again, of physical, emotional, spiritual, wherever you are in your personal journey and whatever your needs are, you can find it. You can always learn something, but then figure out a way to apply it to the life that you want to live.
There's the element you've got to stay healthy. So let's take injury prevention out of it for a minute, just assuming that you're healthy. The rest of it's mental. Can you get yourself out the door and consistently do the work? Because the most important element of training is consistency. You need a big engine. You need to get there on race day, and how long can you suffer, and how hard and how long can you hold on when you want to quit? Because no matter what, no matter who you are, those last few miles, even when you're on one, you don't want to do it.
My purpose is, I believe, inspiring people to, first and foremost, get sober. I went from a hopeless state of despair into a giant, big, full life beyond my wildest dreams. Please use me as an example of somebody that recovered from what seemed to be a situation that nobody would recover from.
I owe my life to my ability to control what I put into my body and how I move my body. Mm-hmm. So fitness and nutrition and mindset are the three things that I have that are non-negotiables for me. However, the practice of patience, the practice of self-love, self-care gives you an opportunity to not be as reactive in life and be able to pause when things come your way that you don't have much control over.
A lot of times your mind and your body, it's not connected for the pull-up. So we need to actually make that connection between your brain and the lat and get it to work. So you might actually be strong enough to do it. It just might not be connected yet. So doing a couple of movements, I love doing single arm lat pull downs, but I have them tap the lat. I'm really sore right now as I'm tapping it. But tapping the lat, because it's going to help to get your mind to be like, oh wait, I'm supposed to use that muscle to get me up.
The number one correlation for heart disease, obesity. Number one correlation for diabetes, obesity. Number one correlation for all symptoms, every form, all symptoms cancer is obesity. So when you remove those things, it dramatically drops the mortality rate of our population. And so I really am focused on how do we get America less fat? How do we get individuals to lose weight and to get healthy?
I met a girl and she invited me out on a run, and it just resonated very, very deeply with me as a way to just express myself and kind of get out a lot of my built up tension in a way that wasn't drugs and alcohol. And that was just the beginning, and it just progressed until now I'm a professional ultra endurance athlete.
Wow. So a first date is what got you into running.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The longest lever in supporting their health and their longevity from just all-cause mortality, reducing the likelihood of death and just overall health markers, was feeling like they had access to community. You know, not just community, but actually meaningful community. It's not the easiest conversation sometimes because it's not measurable, but it's not like 5 grams, of a meaningful relationship 2 times a day. It's a little bit more nebulous.
Human beings need quick reinforcement. When you hear things like, well, if you work out on a regular basis, you will become more fit, you will be more healthy. The human brain, in some ways doesn't work like that. The human brain wants quick, immediate sort of feedback. And so what we say is we want to get you in this virtuous feedback loop. You do something at Restore, you feel better. Because you feel better, you want to do it again. The more you do, the better you feel, the more you do. That's kind of the virtuous feedback loop that we want people to get in.
My charge really is to think about how do we drive the narrative here at Restore, make sure that we're evidence-based in what we do, or at least building the evidence to support all of what we do. And I feel like that's an obligation for us as a company to do that in a thoughtful way, establishing ourselves as best in class. And what I would argue, it is a new category of care in a lot of ways.